You could sabotage your own home sale if you do this. Whether you're a buyer or a seller, in this inventory-thirsty market, you could sabotage your own deal if you make this common mistake. I'm Sally Daly of the Daly Group at Douglas Elliman in Vero Beach, Florida, and today I'm offering you pro tips to make sure you have the very best chance to sell your home or buy your dream home. Let me start with a story. I just closed a deal that began with an offer that was so bad it was hairier than Grizzly Adams. It was a mess, but it was an offer for a seller who really needed to sell. Rather than reject it outright, as was tempting to do, I said we won't do X and Y, but we would do X, Y, and Z. You have to remove this, but by then we could do XX price. By then, the agent was asking for approval to put the buyer's furnishings in early, and I knew we would make the deal work. We got to a fully executed contract that just closed. Despite the rocky start, guess what? We ended up in a done deal at 96% of the ask. Buyer offered, the seller accepted, ended up getting an accelerated closing. Had I or the seller just said no, go away as a knee-jerk response, we'd still be on the market unsold. Why it matters. There's a record low inventory of homes for sale across the country for buyers. There's also record low numbers of deals happening. So where prices are stable, sales activity is down here, screeching halt in many markets, including Vero Beach. In my market, sales activity is down over 30% from last year and 50% from pre-pandemic deals. That's a lot less deals being transacted. With that backstory in mind, let's say you have your home on the market or you're a buyer actively seeking a home. Understanding that there are less deals happening, you as a buyer make an offer that is, shall we say, aggressive in its terms. From price to date of closing to maybe even making the offer conditional upon the sale of your home. Now put on your seller hat. You receive said offer and, well, are really ticked off. How dare they? Don't they know how fabulous our house is? Now, put on your buyer hat. You've made what you think is a fair offer. Heck, the seller should know there's very little activity happening now and should be grateful for your offer. But the seller gives you a super aggressive counter, say full ask or just a few dollars below. Your first instinct as a seller is to tell that buyer to go pound dust, no reply to the offer. Your first instinct as a buyer, the nerve of that seller. They should be grateful that I made an offer.
Here's my counter offer. $1.
Doesn't that seller read the news to see how slow the market is? They're lucky to have us. We should just stick to our offer or a token above and stand firm. You're both wrong. Here's our pro tip. Always respond again, respond again until you've absolutely put forth your final and best terms. It doesn't matter where the negotiation begins, it matters where it ends.
This ends here and now!
Park your ego at the door, folks. Buyers and sellers, hold your horses. You're each an endangered species in this market. So few deals are trading. Don't squander the rare opportunity to engage in a good faith negotiation by letting your ego intrude. Appreciate how rare each of you is and negotiate from that position. Sellers, unwind the deal string until the buyer's final and best is revealed. Are the terms ones you can live with? Talk to your real estate advisor. Are other buyers hovering? Is anybody else waiting in the wings? If not, it could be weeks or months before another offer materializes. And with your listing that much older, you risk stigmatizing your listing or giving the next buyer that much more impetus to sharpen their pencil even more when they make an offer. The first offer is often your best offer. It sounds trite, but only because it's true. And buyers, listen up. Counter and counter again until you understand the seller's bottom line. If it is more than you'd initially planned to spend, think about two things. One, how long do you plan to be in the property? And how long may it take for another property to come on the market that's interesting enough that makes you want to offer on it? Don't forget, inventory is super low. If you're planning on keeping the property for more than 5 years or so, a small gap over your previous top end will probably work out in the wash over time. And if the market changes and more buyers enter the market, you could face stiffer competition, pay more than in today's market with fewer buyers. Bottom line, buyers and sellers need to appreciate each other more in this market. Focus on the final terms you can get to, not where you began. The deal you reject today could be the one you rue not accepting in the future. So let's not be so cavalier, buyers and sellers. We need each other to get where we want to go. Have you been a seller or a buyer tempted to 86 an offer? What's been your experience? Let us know whether you're considering to buy or sell right now. We can help get you where you want to go. We embrace persistence merged with technology to get our clients where they want to go. Click the button if you like this video and subscribe if you'd like to be notified when we produce and publish new videos. I'm Sally Daly of the Daly Group with Douglas Elliman. Until next time, take care. If you like this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. This way you'll get notified when we produce new videos. And if you want to see more content right now, click to the videos to the left and you'll see more.